Hello, this is Bill Bullard with R-CALF USA. Thanks for joining us today. The last time we did a video, we were pushing a petition trying to get 100,000 signatures to tell President Trump that we should close the U.S. border to Brazilian beef until such time as every consumer in the United States has information as to the origins of the beef so they could choose to avoid beef from Brazil. Recall at the time an investigation was ongoing into the corruption practices of meatpacking plants in Brazil that were shipping tainted beef in the export market. Well, we didn't get 100,000 signatures in 30 days like we had hoped, but since that time, new developments have occurred. Now what we've learned is that JBS, the world's largest beef packer, and now the second largest beef packer in the United States and the largest poultry producer in the United States, in fact, JBS controls about 25% of our cattle market and beef market in the United States. Well, JBS has now been charged with bribery, that it has been committing crimes of bribery in Brazil in order to bribe government officials, in fact, at the highest levels, all the way to the president. And now new reports are coming out that this bribery and criminal activity was not isolated to the highest levels of government. It was going on within the several states in Brazil and even within local governments. So when our U.S. Department of Agriculture went there to obtain testimony from the Brazilian officials as to the safety of the potential beef products that they'd be shipping to the United States, they were particularly talking to individuals who were involved in these criminal activities. Nevertheless, the U.S. Department of Agriculture has not decided to close our borders. We're still allowing Brazilian beef into the United States, and it's undifferentiated beef. There doesn't have to be a label on it to tell consumers that this beef is imported from a country in which food safety standards have been jeopardized. And so we call upon the U.S. Department of Agriculture again to close the border, at least until every consumer in the United States has a country of origin label with which to determine whether or not the product they're purchasing is from a country like Brazil with known problems. Now, it's really disconcerting that our government hasn't already taken action, and here's why. It's because the U.S. cattle industry is the single largest segment of American agriculture, and the United States is the largest beef consuming market in the world. And we're also the largest beef producing market in the world. What that means is we have far more to lose than these other countries that did take the necessary precautions by closing their borders. So we urge you to call your members of Congress, urging them to make sure the Brazilian border is closed until we have country of origin labeling. When I close here, I want to invite you to attend our convention August 25th and 26th in Rapid City, South Dakota. We've seen more volatility in this market than we've ever seen in the history of our industry. Something's wrong and needs to be corrected. And what we've been doing hasn't been working. We need all of you to come to our convention in Rapid City to mark out a plan for making our U.S. cattle industry great again. Please go to our website or go to that, makeourcattleindusтрygreatagain.com, and register to join us in Rapid City, South Dakota on August 25th and 26th. You will never have attended a convention like this one because this one is all about your industry, the U.S. live cattle industry. Thank you for your time. Have a productive week, and goodbye.